Chief Meteorologist Jesse Walker.
Hey, welcome back, everybody. Had a nice trip down to Clay City, Indiana today, where I talked to some third graders about weather. These kids, by the way, sharp. They know their weather, and we talked a lot about severe weather, but we also talked about hurricanes, and they knew about the hurricane down in Florida, and we're going to talk about that in a little bit. But here's one group here, and then here comes the second group in there, and again, really well-behaved, the smart kids. They had a lot of good questions about weather. Probably could have stayed an extra hour just answering questions. So hello to my new friends over in Clay City. Third graders had a great time down there today talking about the weather, and we talked about the hurricane. As soon as I walked in, I said, I want to talk about a lot of things, including Hurricane Ian, and they knew all about that. So this is a big newsmaker. You can see this, the moisture being transported northward, and that's going to be the direction of movement of this hurricane. This thing is a monster right now. It's about 300 miles across, and it's continuing to lift to the north right now. You can see the eye very well defined here. It's getting closer to Florida, and that's going to be its target. Right now, it's a Category 3 at 120 miles per hour, gusting to 150. We think it may hit Category 4 status when it gets close to probably near Fort Myers, south of the Sarasota area. Yesterday, the track headed up closer to Tampa Bay, and then last night we started talking about how we think that track was going to shift a little bit farther to the south. It's then going to be lifting northward, and eventually will be impacting places like Georgia and South Carolina, believe it or not. I think it's going to stay mostly far enough away from here to not have a direct impact on our weather. I want to show you one of our in-house models on this, and you can kind of see what this has been talking about. This one picked up on the south track last night because earlier tracks had it up here. We now think it's between Sarasota and Fort Myers areas where it will actually make landfall later in the day tomorrow, and then move across the state and eventually head back up towards the coastal area of Georgia. So tomorrow making landfall down there, and again, could be a Category 3 or maybe even a low-end Category 4 hurricane. It reminds me a lot of Charlie in 2004, which was originally supposed to track over Tampa and went down closer to the Fort Myers area. So looks a lot like that system. Going to be a big newsmaker next few days in the state of Florida. Around here, cool weather, 75 degrees is the average high. We only hit 68, 40. It was 40 this morning, just 3 degrees away from tying the record low, and we're going to be close to that again tomorrow morning. No precipitation. We're going to end the month on Friday at 1.39, well below the average of 3.18 inches here at the TV station. Wabash River Terre Haute not really moving. It's at 3.5 feet right now. We're tracking some chilly weather again tonight, but more sunshine. We've got a lot of that in the forecast. Warmer late week, and of course we're tracking the hurricane right now. I think its impact is fairly minimal on us, but it's something we'll watch as we get closer to the weekend, and where it decides to go, it may throw some more cloud cover back up this way. 66 at the airport in Terre Haute. Those winds out of the northwest at 13. Look at the humidity, only 30%. The air is very dry here. Temperatures pretty much mid-60s all across the area. Water vapor satellite, I mean, there's not much. You have the big system south, of course, and that's about it. Look at the satellite image of the country. Scattered showers up across the Great Lakes, but much of the country is dry and quiet. Same thing here. There's nothing going on at all. We're looking good on the Dorset Automotive Doppler radar. Nothing to show you out there as well. Here's what it looks like over the next 48 hours. We're looking at basically clear and chilly tonight. Tomorrow, a lot of sunshine, much like today, back in the 60s. Tomorrow night, once again, clear, and kind of the same thing as we head into Thursday. So no real big changes. The only thing you're going to notice, it is going to start to get a little bit warmer as we head for the end of the week and also for the upcoming weekend. So your forecast for tonight, then clear and chilly, but much like last night, down around 40, give or take. We'll call it about 39. Then during the day tomorrow, much like today, more sunshine, not real humid. Daytime high in the mid-60s, about 65. And then after that, temperatures slowly warming. We got some low 70s in here by the end of the week. Mid-70s by the weekend. The hurricane may spread a few more clouds in by the weekend, but temperatures look good into early next week. Grant.
Hey, thanks, Jesse.